Hi everyone, welcome back to this Agile question practice session, ideal for your PMP practice or your PMP exam or any project management exam these days, because Agile is such a prominent place in project management and it's really, really important. You could be doing your Prince 2, you could be doing your Agile Certified Practitioner, you could be doing your Certified Associate in Project Management, or even just any project management certification, or just checking out Agile within your team to see how your knowledge is going about Agile as well. Let's get into the questions. This is going to be a whole bunch of fun. Disciplined Agile is a process decision framework, wow, that blends various Agile techniques. And, this is going to be good. So which of the following principles are not a part of Disciplined Agile? And look, this question is really important, whether you get something like this in the exam or not, because all of the different frameworks that you'll see that make up a part of Agile actually have the same principles, the same core principles. And so all we have to do in situations like this is just figure out what has the same core principles as the Agile that we know today. And so this is really fun and really important. So let's check them out. We've got people first, enumerating roles and organization elements at various levels. Okay, that sounds pretty full on, but definitely people first is a big part of Agile. So we could say potentially for that one. Learning oriented, definitely we want to have the growth mindset. We want to make mistakes and improve. We want to iterate and get feedback, and we want to encourage feedback. So I would probably say learning is a big part of Agile today, and that's going to be a part of our other Agile frameworks as well, and especially collaborative improvement. Yes, so that's our iterative improvement, getting feedback. Okay, self-promotion, working to improve your own personal brand. Okay, this one sticks out like a sore thumb because Agile is more about the team and interacting as a team, isn't it? It's not really about just promoting our own personal brand or our own work. It's about promoting the team's work and helping as a team. So that one's looking like that stands out at the moment. Goal-driven is the last one, tailoring processes to achieve specific outcomes. Oh, and I absolutely love this because you'll see different flavors of project management and different flavors of Agile in your organization. And you'll have to tailor your approach to suit those circumstances. So you might have low risk or high risk, or different people with different different goals or different initiatives in mind, and you might just have to tailor things a little bit. So it looks like for this one, the incorrect answer, we're going to go with answer C. Answer C. Agile works transparently for all, with all stakeholders in mind. Really, really great. Great part of the reason why we use Agile. Self-promotion is not a part of the Agile way. Instead, the team serves each other and ensures that blockers are removed for each other as well, and that information is freely available, whether you're in the team or if you're outside the team. It doesn't matter, that information is always there. It's a transparent environment. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's check out the next question. Okay, great, another one. So moving into all these different Agile approaches. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Disciplined Agile is a process decision framework that blends various Agile techniques. Which of the following principles are from Disciplined Agile? Okay, so we're going the other way now. This is good. Learning-oriented, goal-driven, and scalable. That definitely seems promising because we saw goal-driven before. We saw learning-oriented, feedback, and scalable. Ultimately, we do want this approach to scale. We might use a scrum of scrums, for example, where we've got a few different scrum teams, and now they're representing all together and having one scrum of scrums. So across all of those different teams at a program level. Let's see the other ones. Implementing, iterating, and integrating. Ooh. Look, I mean, that sounds fancy, but it doesn't really match up with the Agile approaches directly. Excellence, guidance, and cadence. Again, some of these are just words, aren't they? It's like, I don't know. Do these really go together? I'm not super sold on that. And making, doing, and being. Okay. Look, I mean, I think out of all of these, being learning-oriented and team-oriented is probably the best bet from an Agile perspective. Let's go with answer A for now. Answer A, this is great. Learning-oriented, goal-driven, and scalable are all themes within Agile in general, and are key principles of the Disciplined Agile framework, which was really a core part of Agile in early days as well. All right, how are you going? A couple of questions to go. You're doing great. Let's get into this. Okay, another different framework. This is good. So all of these will make up and were a part of Agile in the early days. Dynamic Systems Delivery Method, or DSDM, is one of the founding methods with an input into Agile. It was designed to add more rigor to the rising iterative methods of the 1990s, like Crystal, and all of the different things that came out of IBM, and so all of these things that were really new at the time. Which of the following are principles from the Dynamic Systems Delivery Method, DSDM, framework? Let's have a look. And we can apply the same approach here. What matches the Agile that we know today? Let's see. So focus on the business need and deliver on time. Oh, I mean, absolutely, because we're always meeting with our customer, and we're meeting with the product owner who represents the customer or the business or the people that we're delivering the value to, and they get to prioritize that value. They get to say, look, this one, we want this one's number 2, this one's number 3. They're the ones who say what is most valuable to the customer and to the business, and that's really important. And delivering on time, even though we might change these features around for their priority, we're still delivering value on a regular basis. I really like that one. Okay, add every feature and stop when we're done. Probably not correct, because we'll be prioritizing those features. We won't be adding all of them. Maybe we'll have to get rid of this one, or maybe we'll have to bump this one down and bump another one up. So that's where the product owner comes into play and prioritizes that value again. So probably not that one. Find all the defects or don't approve the release. Okay, one of the main things of Agile is certainly quality. So we definitely want to be releasing a quality product. Quality is everyone's responsibility, from our business analysts to getting the requirements from the product owner, and through to our developers, through to our quality analysts or testers, and even ultimately through to the release itself. So all of those chances have a chance to find those defects as we go along the journey of delivery, but I don't think we have to find all of them. Yes, we want to, but that's not how. How do we know what we haven't found? So this is a little bit of a fuzzy question. Sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. And that's part of the reason why we release small increments that are a little bit lower risk, and then we can see if anything has gone wrong there and try and improve from there. That's not to say that we want to release with defects, but we can't stop a release based on things that we may not know. So that's a tricky one. I probably wouldn't say that one. Push fast delivery over quality so we can learn from our mistakes. Learning from our mistakes is really important. That's part of iterating. So we're wanting to iterate and get that feedback and improve. But we don't do that at the expense of quality. Like I said, as we've seen, quality is everyone's responsibility through the whole value chain, from the requirements through to delivery. That one's a little bit tricky as well. But the one that I like the most here is focus on the business need and deliver on time. Let's go with answer A. All right, this is good. That was a bit tricky. A DSDM focuses on the business need and delivers on time. Scope is often variable. Well, that's right. And so we might have variable scope. We might be changing those priorities, as we saw, and it can change, as with all Agile frameworks. Schedule is often set, however, so we have a certain amount of time to deliver those features or whatever we can get done in that time. So the features must be managed within the product, with the product owner, and with the backlog. That was a really good one. I like it. And I think we've got 2 questions to go. This is a good chance to practice your Agile and to practice your project management questions for your exam. And now we're starting to get into a little bit more general questions. So this is going to be a bit more fun. You're working with the developers in an Agile team who are using a test-driven development approach. Okay, this is great. And this is where we test first. And technically it should fail because we haven't written the code yet. Then we code it up, and then we run the test again, and technically it should pass because we've written the code to the solution. So we're writing with the test in mind and with the outcome in mind. It's a pretty cool approach, and it's very useful. So they ask you whether they should operate using something called a red-green refactor. What are they referring to? Okay, this is great. Well, this is much more technical now. So let's see what options we have. Red, green, or refactor. So refactoring is where we go back into the code and we just clean it up So maybe we hone it down a little bit. Maybe we wrote something, maybe we did like a bit of a hacky solution, sometimes just to get it through. And maybe we want to go back and we want to clean that up to help people for the future, and to make sure it's easier to work on in the future, and also to reduce the size or the slowness of the application by doing that as well. Refactoring is a really big part, really important. Okay, where no code is developed during a red status, some code is developed during a green status, and new features are taken in during refactor. So knowing what refactoring is, I don't think it's that, right? So let's see. A traffic light approach to bringing in new features. Again, that doesn't match refactoring, so it doesn't mention that. Let's leave that for now. Only releasing features when they are given the green light. Possible, but again, not really. And lastly, where a test is written first that fails. Oh, good. Oh, because we're talking about test-driven development. Okay, this is exactly what we were saying at the beginning. That's handy. Test written first that fails, then it passes once the solution is developed, exactly as we were saying, and then it can be refactored or streamlined. Wow, so okay, in explaining all of this, we inadvertently answered the question for ourselves, so I think it's pretty obvious. Let's go with answer D. Answer D. The process of writing a test that initially fails, adding code until the test passes, a bit of a hard thing to say for me, and then refactoring the code is part of test-driven development, TDD. So red-green refactor is the same as fail, pass, and then streamline the code, which is that whole makeup approach for TDD. Great, so that was a fantastic question. Really good knowledge out of that one. And now we're on to our last question. Let's get into this one. You're doing great, keep going. You're an Agile project manager and you're working with the product owner of the Agile team. Oh, this sounds great. There are several key deliverables that have been identified and listed in the product backlog. This sounds fantastic. This is exactly what we want in an Agile team. Now, what will the Agile team do next? And this is good. We have a scenario-based question. This is exactly the kind of thing that we're going to see on the PMP exam. So, good on you for sticking through it, because this is really important. This is a good one. Okay, all deliverables should go live only at the end of the project. No, we want to be delivering in increments, little features of value that we can see, feel, and touch, and get that feedback on. So no, not that one. The tasks should be delivered but not tested to get value to the customer as quickly as possible. No, not that one either. So we do want to test, and as we saw before, quality is everyone's responsibility. We want requirements to be, to be gathered properly. We want them to be developed well. We want them to be tested well, and we want the release to go smoothly and tested again, and to get that feedback. Quality is everyone's responsibility. The tasks should be prioritized, developed, and tested incrementally. Wow. Okay, now that sounds much better. That's exactly what we were saying. Let's put that one aside, probably going to be that one. And tasks should be planned carefully and delivered according to their plan. Now, planning is important. Yes, it absolutely is. But in Agile Manifesto, we respond to change over following a plan. So following a plan is still important, but we prefer to respond to change more than following that plan. Really, really important part of Agile and part of what makes it so powerful. And so I think, even though that one is definitely true, I think the best one for us is going to be answer C. Answer C. Agile develops and delivers in features or increments. This means prioritizing for each increment or feature that we deliver. And we test for each increment as well. Even though we want to deliver quickly, quality testing is still important, and quality is everyone's responsibility. Wow, that's exactly what we're saying. I think we're getting pretty good at this by now. We've been through a few questions together, and I think you're improving your knowledge, and even I am too. So this is really, really wonderful. Now, thank you so much for spending the time with me. I have had an absolute blast, and I know that you can pass your PMP exam or your Agile Certified Practitioner or any other Agile certification that you are going for with the knowledge that you're building here, and I absolutely, truly believe that you can do it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.